Now, brothers, we do not wish you to be ignorant, this is Shaul speaking, concerning those who have fallen asleep, those who have died in the Master, those who have died in belief, lest you be sad for those who have died, as others who have no expectation, or as others who have no hope. And so we're not to be sad when a believer dies, because we know what's going to take place in the future. We have hope. Our hope is in Yeshua. For if we believe that Yeshua died and rose again, and we certainly do believe that, so also Elohim shall bring with him those who sleep in Yeshua. It says, for this we say to you by the word of the Master, that we, the living, who are left over at the coming of the Master, shall in no way go before those who are asleep. So there will be a group of living believers who are alive when Yeshua returns. And Shaul is saying those who are alive and who are believing when Yeshua returns are not going to go before those who have died in Yeshua. So the ones who have died in Yeshua are going to be raised first. That's what the scripture says right here. Because the Master himself shall come down from heaven with a what? With a shout. So shouting is one of those sounds that we are to make on Yom Teruah. We're to shout with our voices to remind us of the shout that's coming in the future. Because the Master himself shall come down from heaven with a shout, with the voice of a chief messenger, and with the trumpet of Elohim. So the trumpet blast of Elohim is the other sound that we are to make, that we are to rehearse, to remind us of what is going to take place in the future. We are to shout with our voices, and we are to blast our trumpets, our shofars, to remind us of this event. And the dead in Messiah shall rise first. Those who have died believing in Yeshua will rise up out of the grave. This is the resurrection of the righteous. The unrighteous will not be raised at this time. And the dead in Messiah shall rise first. Then we, this group of people who are alive when Yeshua returns, the living who are left over, shall be caught away together with them, with the righteous who have been raised from the dead, in the clouds, to meet the Master in the air. We're going to meet Yeshua in the air. There's going to be a shout. There's going to be a blasting of the trumpet of Elohim. The dead in Messiah are going to rise. There's going to be a resurrection of the righteous. And we who are alive and remain are going to be caught away together with them in the clouds to meet the Master in the air. And so we shall always be with the Master. We will always be with Yeshua from that point forward. And Yeshua is going to establish his millennial reign, his 1,000-year reign of shalom on the earth, ruling this earth from Jerusalem, sitting upon the throne of his ancestor David. And we are going to be sitting right there with him as his bride, ruling and reigning with him for 1,000 years of shalom. So then encourage one another with these words. And so Yom Teruah is a day of great encouragement. It's a time we are to encourage one another with these words and these sounds, the shouting and the trumpet blasts, to remind us of what is about to take place in the future.